Hey everybody, my name's Brennan Bucher. Welcome to sports.
We're in the fifth inning of work here in the bottom half as Jake Robinson takes a moment and will now face Tyler Fryman, the top half of this Beechwood order in the big spot. If Robinson gets him in order, this could be the last time this group sees the batter's box this ballgame. The first pitch he sees is in the dirt. It was a curveball. The pitch, close, called a ball. Just over 50 pitches for Jake Robinson. That one inside, and it'll hit Tyler Fryman. The last runner on this Beechwood lineup that you wanted on base is now on base, as he is 34 of 35 with stolen bases. And this is the first time the Bluebirds will even have to think about him being on base. He did not get on in the May 6th Highlands win. Caleb Aerosmith will come in. An important note, Tyler Fryman was nabbed at first base yesterday by Brady Bushman, and there's a pickoff attempt. Robinson well aware of that. Here in the bottom half of the fifth, Lahner plays in. There's a bunt shown, and they'll say he offered at it. It's an 0-1 count. Nobody out. Runner on first is Fryman. Lahner creeps in. They'll show bunt again. Close pitch, but they'll say he pulled away. Though I thought that it could have registered as a strike by itself. It'll be a 1-1. Lahner backs up here. Now creeps his way back in. Pickoff attempt nearly gets Fryman. Aerosmith takes a deep breath at the plate. Bunt shown. Now he pulls back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Aerosmith ahead in the count with nobody out. A double scores Tyler Fryman. Bunt, pulled back, strike anyway. It seemed like after a number of chances to pull back, the pitch, he was kind of doing it automatically. Now it appears they will be swinging away. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Fryman leads off of first base. That one, hot shot, caught by Lahner, and he fumbles the baseball. I don't think he would have gotten him at first base either way, but a line out to Noah Lahner. Impressive play. 1 away. Now it's Chase Flaherty, today's starter, with a chance to help himself out. Kevin Gregg gives his sign down the third base line. First pitch in as a strike. Neither team has scored since the second inning. Next pitch, a fastball called strike by Tony Thornsberg. Now it's an 0-2 count with 1 away. Fryman leads off of first. The pitch is swung on and missed. Big strikeout. And I gotta say, Fryman hasn't even looked to steal. Now Keegan Hutton with a big spot. Robinson, especially as the season progressed, has not been the most strikeout-heavy pitcher, and we see it again today. Only 4, which had you told me early season Jacob Robinson starting in the region championship only has 4 strikeouts, that's just not his style. And today, for better or worse, he's had to rely on his defense. And with 2 away, runner goes. It was fouled away, 0-1 count. Fryman will go back to first base. The 0-1 is outside, and with 2 away, the count goes to 1-1. Here Bottom half of the fifth. There's 2 away. Highlands up 3-2. The pitch, outside, runner goes. Anderson's throw in the dirt, but they got the runner! Kai Anderson, the sophomore, with the biggest play of the game. Anderson, outside, fires up the crowd. For just the second time this season, Fryman caught stealing. We go to the top of the 6th. Highlands comes to bat. What a big play by Kai Anderson. So an update on the situation over at first base. The base runner at first, Carlisle, had called time, and Steve Teagarden apparently had given it to him, but the pitch had gone, was already underway, or some form of action had continued. And that is what the confusion and disagreement was on. And now it's the top of the order for Highlands. And folks, if we've ever needed an extra insurance run, it's right now. Now for Highlands, it's right back where it all started. You go back to the start of the game, Schwalbach walked, single by Hendricks, single by Carner. 3 of those first 4 got on base. We need something similar. Here we go. Nolan Schwalbach in the top of the order. He watches the first pitch strike go by. It's 0-1. How clutch is this Highlands team? We're about to find out. He grounds it on the left side. Going to be a tough play. Gloved by Carlisle. Thrown over. Bad throw. Schwalbach will halt at first. .50-50 on hit or error. The press box rules committee will now discuss. That one is quite literally the most 50-50 hit or error I've ever seen. Evan Dennison says hit. We'll listen to him. It's a base hit for Nolan Schwalbach, and what a time to get his first of the tournament. Now it's Brooks Hendricks. He's 1 for 2 today. And what's most amazing about that is 1 for 2 brings his batting average down. The .575 batter who's had the most incredible season. The pitch. Inside, called a strike. Now the count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. From the belt. Cranked into left field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It is fair. Hendricks rounds first. Now rounding third is Nolan Schwalbach. He's going to score in a stand-up double for the best hitter at Northern Kentucky. In the biggest moment, Highlands comes through. They lead 4-2. Unbelievable hit by Brooks Hendricks. First base coach and dad will get his gear, and they're all kinds of hyped up. What a play. Highlands up 4-2. That's what we talked about, the great advantage of having this top half of the lineup up. They feed off each other. We'll see if we can go even farther. Highlands up 4-2. Cranked into left center field. Ball is back. It is deep. It one-hops the fence for Adam Fortin. The first pitch he sees will be a second straight stand-up double. Highlands up 5-2 in the top half of the 7th. Pandemonium at Thomas More Stadium. There's still nobody out, and Ian Carner, who has been so clutch this tournament, so good in big moments. Here we go. Highlands up 3. They are now out hitting Beechwood 7-3, and the Bluebirds did a much better job when they subbed in Branton Stiles on the mound for Beechwood. They've seen him very well this inning. Fastball away. The starter, Flaherty, will be on the books for this loss, assuming it happens. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Fortin leads off a second. Stiles from the belt. Now pickoff attempt. Nobody there, though a great job by shortstop Cottongim to gather the ball. I don't think that's how that play was drawn up. Highlands has a 5-2 lead. Carner watches a fastball go by. The count goes 1-1. Most impressively for Highlands, all this activity today has been against the one. They've seen the best pitcher for this Beechwood Tigers team. And probably the third best pitcher as well, with Stiles now on the mound. That one fouled straight back. It's 1-2. Carner today, in back-to-back at-bats, has a strikeout. Stiles from the belt. Takes a look at the runner at second. Now fires home. Carner flares one into right field. If it stays fair, it's trouble, but it'll get foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hendricks stands on second base. A trip to the University of Kentucky's on the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch outside. Carner checks his swing, and we'll go to 2-2. Of course, the winner of this game will face South Warren, the winner of the 4th region. Carner loose in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch outside, but called strike 3. Called strike 3 on the outer heart of the plate. Looked a little off, but it is a called strike 3. The Bluebirds, uncharacteristically, have fallen victim to the strikeout more than the Beechwood Tigers have today. With 1 out, Kai Anderson in the box. He'll call time. I think also a good thing today for the Bluebirds, they have not had any issues with the double play. That was a big thing we talked about, down in the dugout before the game started. You need every out you can get against a team like this, and they've done a great job all season. Only 8 times have the Bluebirds grounded into a double play, and only 6 of those have been by a starter. With 1 away, it's Kai Anderson. The pitch is skied high in the air. It's into shallow right field. Going to be a tough play. Edwards ranges in, makes the catch, 2 away. Fortin will stay at second base. And now it's up to Noah Lauder to keep this inning going. Highlands up 5-2. Beechwood hasn't scored since the second. For the Beechwood Tigers, they've got Quentin Nazel, Carson Welch, and Tyler Fryman due up. Fortin stands at second base with 2 away in the inning. Noah Lauder takes a crack at the first pitch. It's into right center field. Could be trouble. Edwards comes in and makes the catch. 1 more to play here at Thomas More Stadium. If the nerves aren't flowing, I don't know what is. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Jake Robinson will trot out 1 inning to finish this one off. Highlands puts up a 2 spot. We'll see if it's good enough. Gets away. The 3-2 is a called ball. Gets away from Welch. And Wiggins will find himself on first base and gets his dugout fired up. This Highlands team the last 2 days has been beyond locked in. This team has been more focused, more dialed than any Highlands baseball team I've seen in years. Wiggins goes first pitch. Big jump, big steal, and he's safe. A massive stolen base with one away. One ball, no strikes. Schwalbach digs in with a big opportunity. Now, runner goes again. Wiggins dives in. He stole third. He stole second and third. Now he's 90 feet away. That's what I was just talking about with the speed of this outfield. It translates to the base paths. Wiggins, the most underrated speed on the team, takes second and third. Absolutely no problem. Infield goes in. Schwalbach sends one deep into center field. Fryman ranging back, makes the catch. The throw in. Not in time. Wiggins scores. The Birds up 3-0. First pitch to Keegan Hutton is a called strike, and we are underway in the bottom half of the sixth. Highlands will get one more chance in the top half of the seventh, but before that, it's a check swing. Tough play. Launer gloves it, throws to first. Bad throw! Another error for the Highlands Bluebirds. Unbelievable. A sixth error for Highlands. Debatably a hit. And now it's is this a pinch hitter? This is a pinch hitter. Correction, no, it's Sawyer Carlisle. It is Sawyer Carlisle. I apologize, but 5 errors for the Highlands Bluebirds. The standing on first base is Hutton. Bunt shows, can't get it down. Snap throw! Deja vu of 2 years ago! A failed bunt and a snap throw to first gets the runner. Boy, for Jake Robinson on the mound, that's got to feel sweet to see it go the other way. 2 years ago, he was in the same spot. Similar situation, a missed bunt, snap throw down, got him, that ended up losing the championship. This case, it's the flip. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 away here in the top half of 1. No score. 2 runners in scoring position. Schwalbach on third. Hendricks at second. Karner, a .366 batter with 30 hits this season. Only 3 of those have been extra base hits. That one flared into right field. It's down. Base hit. Schwalbach comes home to score. Getting the wave, and now the stop sign is Hendricks at third. Karner comes in clutch again. He's been doing it all tournament long. You could say he's been the most clutch hitter because of how well the guys behind him have been. They get on base, Karner knocks him in. It is like clockwork with this Highlands offense. 1 away in this 3-0 contest. That one down and away to the backstop, and Schwalbach will swipe the bag easily on the wild pitch. Hit well into left field, back at the wall, and that one's gone. A rocket shot to left field. And Fortin's first home run of the year comes in the 36th District Championship game. He got a hold of it, sent it out of here in a hurry. I didn't think it would have the height to get over the fence. But a bit of a smaller yard here at Newport High School allows the Bluebirds to feast. 2 home runs. This one a 2-run shot. And the Birds go up 5-0 in the 4th. Skied high in the air, center field, back at the wall, and that one's gone. The Birds hit their 3rd long ball of the game and 2nd of the inning. And Robinson's 1st of the year.
as the first pitch from Iozo is down and a ball. It's 1-0. Thanks for joining us, Brennan Bucher and Stone Shields. Taking you the distance here in this one. Here's Roland Reyes. He's 0 for 1 today as he watches close pitch on the inside corner go by for a ball. It's 2-0 as we're just now passing the hour mark in this game as we're hitting 8:08 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. The 2-0. Close once more. The misses in this at-bat haven't been by much. They've all been right there. Just even better takes by Roland Reyes. The pitch. That one's in for a called strike. Wasn't getting the inside corner on the first couple. Goes right to the outside. Roland Reyes 1 for 8 against the Joes in the last series, but he did get in an RBI and took 4 walks. Next one in for a strike. And the count goes from 3-0 very quickly to 3-2. The pitch. Hit high on the left side. Denby calls for it, but Roa will call him off and make the catch. And I've talked about that a few times as there's one out in the inning. Christopher Roa's leadership in the outfield looks like a guy who's played it all his life, but he's told us he's an infielder. He just kind of got moved to outfield this year because, as he says, he was told to do it, and he does what he's told to do, but he looks like a seasoned pro.
Absolutely, and he's not timid out there either, and you don't want your outfielders to be timid, right? Because they have the advantage running in as your shortstop is running out. If they can get it, they should always make the call, and that's exactly what Roa does there.
First pitch to him is outside, and Caden Wu will step into a 1-0 count. Wu is 0 for 1 today as he watches a called strike go right down Broadway, and that'll even things up, a ball and a strike. Caden Wu is 1 for 5 in the series against Hamilton previously played. He did drive in one on that one hit, which was a double. That pitch looked like a changeup down in the zone. It's 2-1. To the 6th hitting catcher, Caden Wu. The 2-1. In, hit well on the right side. Looks like it'll get foul, and it will. A couple paces outside the right field line. It'll get down, hop over the fence, and the count will be evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'll tell you, Stone, the book right now looks a lot cleaner than what it did last time we were in Xenia.
Absolutely. After all those changes, we had all types of action going in our books, but very straightforward to this point.
And, of course, the Joes scored 10 runs in that game, so a lot more to mark down. We're still 0-0. There's a foul ball. Stay at 2-2. We're here in the bottom half of the 5th from Grady's Field. The 2-2 up and in. Kyle Pete's Xenia Scouts have only left 1 runner on base today, and that was last inning. They had a runner 90 feet away with 1 out. Couldn't get him there. Here's the 3-2. Hit high in the air. Coffey will range to his right. He's running out of room, but on the warning track, he'll make the catch and foul ground. We've seen him make that play twice as he was able to catch Troy Lynch in the same exact spot in the 2nd inning, but he does it once more here, making the catch and foul ground next to the fence, and there's 2 gone.
Iozo's starting to really feel good here. Remember, it was back-to-back singles that he gave up to start this ball game, but he is locked in, and even the pitches that aren't strikes are not missing by much.
That one skied foul, and count will start 0-1. Jacob Winsenreed, hitless today, 0 for 1 with a deep fly out to Mark Nowak. That was a really impressive catch. Nowak had to move to his left into right field, and it's pretty deep as well. There's a really good-looking breaking ball that hit right at the bottom of the zone. A lot of spin, a lot of movement, and it'll fall out underneath the bat of Winsenreed. Nowak awaits in center field as Iozo fires one in really close. Iozo started to walk off the mound. He thought that was it. Iozo right back to it. The pitch, breaking ball downstairs. Slow chopper to Coffee. He fires across the diamond and makes a really nice play. 5-3 to end the threat in the fifth. Another 1-2-3 inning as Iozo has sat down 6 consecutive Xenia batters. And with that, we'll send it to the top half of the sixth. Oh, it's great to be here, and you absolutely cannot complain with this booth. We got 3 Joes in here right now. Our executive producer and technical director, we got Joe Kanukin to our left, 2 Hamilton Joes. Just doesn't get much better than this. A Joe on the mound. We got a Joe's on the left side of the infield. This is great. Grounded to the right side, gloved and fired at first. A nice play there by the second baseman, Loving. And Holmes goes down 4-3 and is 0 for 2. Here as we begin the 4th inning of work, and Brower has been good. And if you're a Joes fan listening in, you may wonder, where has he been? Well, he's been so good that, in fact, he was shut down. He threw his inning limit already, and the Joes miss him for sure. He's back training and getting ready to play at Bellarmine, where he has been dominant throughout his career. The lefty winds and deals and fires in a first pitch strike to Harrison Ensgov. Ensgov has had no shortness of success. It has been absolutely incredible to watch Ensgov go, and 3rd in the league in batting average as he takes one off the plate. The count goes to 1-1.
It feels too early at this point to talk MVP, but if the game ended right now, it would be this guy right here. He's responsible for the lone run in this ball game with the RBI single back in the 2nd inning to give the North a 1-0 lead. That
one grounded right up the middle. There's Denby, fires it over to first base, and Rowley has no problem with it. 6-3, and quickly 2 up, 2 down as Ensgov will head back to the dugout. That'll bring up Tanner Powell. Powell also had a single today, but was left stranded.
Yeah, it's been good on good all ball game, and it will continue to be obviously here in the All-Star game. But the pitchers to this point have had the slight edge. They've all looked really, really good.
First pitch strike, and Carson Brower leads the Joes in first pitch strike percentage, and it's not particularly close. Well over 90%, and when I interviewed him earlier today at the Prospect Showcase, that's one thing we talked about. And he said it's the easiest way to dominate for a pitcher. There is just a beautiful-looking breaking ball. He hasn't pitched in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League in weeks, but he hasn't lost a step.
He's certainly picking up right where he has left off, and that breaking ball looks even better than ever. That one to Powell there was nasty.
Outside, called a ball.
It just shows you the competitive spirit of a guy like Brower, too. Obviously, he's no longer with the team. Then he got the call, hey, you're an all-star, you want to play, and there was no hesitation. Brower was all in, and he wanted to come back here for the 2nd consecutive year and represent the Joes.
Swung on and missed. Slider away. Brower fired up as he exits. He continues his success as the man who only threw 3 walks the entire regular season with Hamilton does a little dance coming off the mound. We'll take a break. The South looks to get that run back in the bottom half of the 4th.
Brennan, we were having a laugh up here in the booth because Jackson Christ did what Jackson Christ does in the 2nd inning. Even in the All-Star game, it's hit by pitch.
High in the air to center field. It's caught, but it's funny. He came down in the dugout, and he also shared a laugh. He's like, what am I supposed to do? It's the All-Star game. He's been hit 21 times this year. Hilarious. I mean, it's probably one of the most impressive things, really. I mean, and what we talked about as well, we're like, well, Jackson Wang is probably going to break the record, too, that previously stood. Doesn't matter. He's been hit now 21 times. Not that this will go on the record. But now batting is Will Lawrence. And Lawrence was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. Now he stands in, and you may notice the last pitcher is Alima Locos. That one's lined up the middle, and Lawrence is on the board with a base hit. The South, they've got their first hit since the 2nd, and that last hit was by this man. Brett Denby coming up to the plate. Now looking at this pitch right here, he's got a lot of sink. Fitzpatrick has quite the sink on his pitcher, especially when he throws that specific pitch that you saw right there, and it just caught too much of the plate. If you can get it down below the knees, it's an effective pitch, but right there caught too much of the plate, and a good hitter like Will Lawrence takes it right back up the middle. Now, to note on the recent pitchers in this ball game, they've been Lima Locos. The next pitcher will be a Lima Loco as well, and we got Brady Fitzpatrick, a Lima Loco. And you look at what their pitching staff has done. That one's lined up the middle over the reaching glove of Holmes, and back-to-back hits here for the South. Pitch that just caught all of the plate. And you and I know all too well you can't leave one right down Broadway for Brett Denby.
Absolutely. Shades of what we saw from Denby back in the second inning. He's now the first All-Star in this game with multiple hits, really in the same exact spot. He hits it in a line right over the outstretched glove of Holmes. Now the South looking to do some damage here and tie up this ball game.
2 runners on, 1 out. And Denby, he's been so good this year. Only 18 strikeouts on 103 at-bats in 28 games played. He's driven in 27 runs and bats .301. Next pitch is down and away, and quickly the count goes 2-0. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, the South looks to get their first run after the North scored 1 in the second. It was a walk. That runner got over McGuire, got to second on a wild pitch. A couple of small ball base hits got him in. Next pitch is a strike as the count goes 2-1. Will Heisler is your batter. Gave it a nice ride, but flew out into center field his last time up and hits one high in the air. Pretty much the same place. Powell underneath it. He makes the catch, and no movement on the bases. Well, this inning's had 1 of 2 outcomes. Batters either fly out to center field or get a base hit. Loving looks to get a base hit.
And Brady Fitzpatrick has been a guy that really has just pounded the zone all season long for Chad Ernsberger's Lima Locos. Only 6 walks this season, and that's exactly what he's doing here in this inning of work. Has ran into a couple of barrels, but now an out away from getting out of this and still giving the North the lead.
And for a guy that throws as many strikes as he do, that one's grounded on the left side, and it's through. They'll hold the runner at third and second. They're loaded for Jonathan Jackson.
Great piece of hitting there by Loving. He bounced out to third base earlier in the ball game. That time he was able to stay a little bit more back on that baseball and shoot it up the hole between shortstop and third base. And now they are loaded for the speedster, Jonathan Jackson.
McGuire and Holmes each couldn't glove it, and Jackson takes a first pitch ball. It's 1-0. Jonathan Jackson watches another one go by. Jackson, member of the Senior Scouts, going to Harding University, and he's had a really nice step up from what he had at Harding, over a 300 batter compared to, he batted 166 at Harding. Swung on and missed. Gave him a 2-0 pitch to hit, couldn't come up with it. Now it's 2-1. And what's interesting about Fitzpatrick is, you mentioned, he throws to strikes. Some would argue he's more of a pitch-to-contact hitter, or a pitcher, I should say, but he still has 29 strikeouts in 15 2/3. I mean, he just has the stuff.
And unfortunately for him, he's not getting the outside corner here so far in this AB. Now he's got to come after Jackson here, a 3-ball, 1-strike count, and nowhere to put him.
Here's the lefty-lefty 3-1, fouled straight back. And Jackson, a little frustrated he didn't get to that one. That was middle in. Probably a pitch, if you look back, that he wants.
Jackson's been a little bit tardy on a couple of fastballs this AB. It's been a pitch that has worked well for Fitzpatrick. Let's see if he goes back to it here with the payoff.
Pitch is down and away. The South on the board. A bases-loaded walk. Lawrence in. Denby to third. Loving to second. Jackson stands in at first base. That'll bring up the ever-dangerous A.J. Klubeck. It's another lefty-lefty matchup, but the South hasn't had many problems at all with that.
Just a good AB there from Jonathan Jackson as he took some really close pitches that barely missed the zone. He stayed disciplined, and he's rewarded with an RBI.
That one fouled back. Grand Lake this year offensively does not have a batter over 300. And that, of course, would include Klubeck. Batting .362, but he's been a very much a small ball kind of hitter. And that would play perfectly to what the South needs right now. After he goes after a breaking ball that bounces, it's 1-2. The pitch, swung on and missed. The South leads them loaded, but not before they get their first run of the game. Send it down to Noah Chavez. As Miguel Correa comes to the plate, and he's been so good of recent. And that one's hit well. High in the air, left center field. Ranging back is the left fielder. He leaps. He won't make the catch. It's off the wall. Roa will glide in home. Miguel Correa's a homer away from the cycle. A ball and 2 strikes. Iozo's pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitch 100 is a breaking ball that Roland Reyes swings right over the top of. The Scouts leave one stranded. Have a day, Mark Iozo. He finishes 7 innings of no-run baseball, giving up 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. What a day for Mark Iozo as he goes back into the dugout and gets greeted to the celebration he deserves. With 1 gone, here's Jackson Wang. Wang drives one high in the air, deep into left field, back, and gone! A 2-run blast for Jackson Wang, and the Hamilton Joes will extend their lead now 5-0. Jackson Wang, he's getting hot. That is now his 3rd long ball of the year, and he will bat. Following this game, will be over 340 his batting average as he really getting tuned in for the postseason. Coming set, now kicking and dealing. That one is hit high in the air, deep to right field. Matola ranging back, he's looking back, and it's gone! Jackson Christ leaves the yard, and the Hamilton Joes tie this ball game up on Chris' 2nd long ball of the year.